Hello, everybody, and good afternoon, I guess it is. Welcome to another exciting live lesson here today to help you with your IELTS reading skills. I'm joined by Fiona Wattam. Together, we're going to help you today with gap fill summary questions and big exciting news. We're going to tell you about a new online course for IELTS reading done by Fiona being launched today, right now, right here. And we've got some lovely discounts for you. More about all of that very, very shortly. Hello, my friends. It's great to see you. Welcome back. How nice on a Friday to be having a live lesson. And well, the reason is to help you with IELTS reading. Of course, you probably know that I focus on IELTS speaking to help you build up your speaking skills. But there seems to be a lot of students asking for help with IELTS reading as well, especially different questions they need help with. The other day, Fiona and myself did a live lesson and we were looking at different aspects of IELTS reading to help you with different ways of developing the IELTS reading answers. But today we've decided to come and look at one other particularly hard part, which is the gap fill summary questions. Okay. The other day we did the true, false, not given. And if you missed that, then you can go back and find it in the Keith Speaking Academy or English Speaking Success on YouTube, right? For those of you who are new here, just to let you know that I run the website, the Keith Speaking Academy, which is over here. We are live on YouTube, but we also have the Facebook page where you can watch this. And a lot of you I know are in the Facebook group, Keith's Mastermind for IELTS Speaking. You can watch these live lessons in any of these places and find out all the information you need. By the way, if you are watching on YouTube, please do remember to subscribe, turn on that funny notification button so you can find out about more videos coming your way. Great. So today we're going to look at, well, we're going to look at this, right? IELTS reading. Again, with Fiona, we're going to be looking at gap fill summary questions, but also, as well as these tips, introducing the new course by Fiona. We can't introduce the course without introducing Fiona. So let's get Fiona on here with us. Hello.
Hi, Keith. Hi, everyone. Nice to see you again.
And you too, Fiona. How are you now?
Yeah, good. It's Friday.
It's Friday. Say no more, right?
Exactly.
The weekend is coming. So it's great to see you here. It's really nice to be back. We had a great session the other day on Wednesday, right? We were looking at true, false, not given questions. Tell us a little bit about what's coming up today.
Well, we looked at the comments, Keith, didn't we? And I know there were lots of requests for matching headings, so that's something we'll do another time maybe. But there were also lots of requests for summary completion. So that's the one I decided to do today because I think it will contrast very well with the one that we did on Wednesday. If you were here on Wednesday, it doesn't matter if you weren't. We looked at one type of reading. So today's going to be just slightly different. I won't say anything more.
You're going to keep us in suspense, right?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Well, let's just see who is in the house with us. We'll see we've got a few people here. Who is here? We've got Sude. Nice to see you. Great. Nishadi says it's rocket science. I think she's talking about IELTS reading here. We've got Anya. Hello. Fahima, it's Friday. Indeed, it is. Voila, Gonzo. Hey, it's good to see you too, as well. We've got people in Ecuador. What time is it, Francisco? If you're in Ecuador, you must be in bed or just waking up. Anna from Spain, great to see you. Sarah says Fiona again. Yes, can't get enough of Fiona. Great to see her here. even everyday advanced English. So I do guess, Fiona, we've got a few teachers here as well, right, who follow us.
Yeah, there was lots of teachers' comments yesterday, I think, as well. So that's
Yeah,
nice.
exactly. Sally's here as well. Fantastic. Lovely to see you. Saber, all the way from Pakistan. Great to see you here as well. So, people from all over the world, including Sri Lanka. Nice. So, listen, so pleased to see all of you here today. I'm just going to, I mean, the live lesson lasts for about an hour to an hour and a half, maybe. I'm just going to give you a quick overview, everybody, of what we are going to do and see today, so you know what's happening. So, as I've mentioned, we're looking at IELTS reading with Fiona. Our focus today is going to be on gap fill summary and how we look at these questions and the kind of strategies to work with these questions. We'll also be presenting Fiona's new reading course. It's launching today, live today. We'll tell you a bit about the course, what's in it, how it might help you, and how you can buy it. If it's right for you, if you're looking for that, of course. Also, we do have some discounts for the next 3 days. So today, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, got some great discounts on the course, 35% off. Tell you more about that very, very, very soon as well. And of course, some of you, like this gentleman over here, may have some questions about the course. So we'll be doing a short session. Any questions about the course, you can ask us, and we will try and let you know the answers. So that's what we've got planned today. Great. How does that sound, Fiona?
That sounds great. Yeah. And thanks for the feedback about the slides. We've been playing around, and so it should be clearer for you to see it today as well.
That's right. We've upped the technology.
Yeah. New computer for you, Keith.
I've got a new computer. Yes, you're absolutely right. I was so frustrated because I think it's now the third time that my computer has broken in the middle of a session. So I did go out and I bought a new Apple computer.
Nice.
Yeah, well, now and again you have to treat yourself. But for me, you're right, for work, it's so important. Good. So let's have a look. Where are we gonna start? I think we're gonna start. Let me bring over here our little notebook. So this is what we've got. Number one, look at the gap fill summary. Well, let's go straight in and looking at gap fill summary and the notes here. So I'm going to kind of hand over to Fiona. She calls it summary completion. Fiona is the expert, by the way. She knows much more about IELTS reading than I do. So we'll be relying on her for her guidance, right?
I hope so. So, yeah, so we're talking about summary completion, but I also wanted to show you a few things that we talked about on Wednesday. And one of the things was how important your background knowledge of IELTS topics is. You don't have to know everything, but there are key topics that come up again and again and again. And we're going to look at one of those today. So if you go to the next slide, Keith.
Yes.
So we talked about ancient sites on Wednesday, and here's another one. Does anybody know where it is, or what it is, or why it's famous? Do
Guys,
you?
have a look at this. I mean, where is this ancient site? I'm sure some of you know. Tell us in the chat.
I'm looking at the comments.
We've still got lots of hellos. Sunflower says, pen and paper are ready to jot down
Great.
notes.
Here we go. We've got some answers, Keith.
Oh, yes. Noza thinks it's Easter Island. Yusuf as well.
Marvellous. You're the first ones, and you're absolutely right. Yeah. Do you know why it's famous? What do you know about it? Or is it a kind of mystery? What do you know about those statues? Or I don't know.
I don't know a great deal about them, but I did
No.
read something, I think, somewhere that they are very, very unusual because people don't know how on such a small island, such big stones got there.
Exactly. So it's a real mystery. And if we go straight to the reading and look at the title,
Yes.
which always we say the first thing you do is look at the title.
Okay.
And maybe what do you notice about this this title? What is what is it? What's at the end?
I tell you what I notice. I'm going to be a student here. I notice it's unusual as a title, but it's a question, right?
It's a question, yeah. And so we guess that the text will tell us the answer. So it sets up a question. And do you remember we talked about those two types of texts in the last lesson? I wonder if anybody can remember what those two different types were. Really important for speed reading, for reading faster, that you get used to these two text types.
Let's see if anybody in the chat can let us know. What are the two types of passages?
Yeah, and Rajesh is saying, yeah, it's a mystery, and this is a real typical IELTS type reading. There's one about the pyramids. How were the pyramids built? So many topics like this.
Mm.
And Sudha says, is it important for us to know about all the texts?
Mm.
Do you mean the topic or the text types, Sudha?
Good question.
Because, yeah, you can't possibly know every single topic, but the more text that you read, the more you'll get used to the kind of topics that IELTS chooses. Okay, Nilofer Keith says two types
Factual.
are factual, yeah, and
Yeah.
opinion-based, exactly.
Mm.
So what do you think this one will be? Do you think it'll be facts, just telling us what destroyed the civilization? Or do you think it will be somebody's opinion saying what they think destroyed the civilization? And you could put the two choices up, Keith, just to remind us of those two types.
Factual or
Yeah.
opinion based? I'm
What
going to
do you think?
jump in because my initial feeling is what destroyed the civilization. There must be an answer. I'm wondering if it's factual because it was destroyed in a certain way, possibly. I'm not sure. Let's see
Yeah.
what the students say as well. We've got Perpetual says factual, Rosa says factual, Melinda says opinion.
And Anna says some kind of speculation as well, doesn't she?
Yeah,
So that's
interesting, Anna.
interesting because it was thousands of years ago, isn't it? How do we know what destroyed the
Right,
civilization?
right.
Yeah.
Fatty says a
A mixture.
mixture. Mm,
Okay,
okay.
great. Okay, so what I'd like you to do now is read just the first paragraph and decide, is it A, factual, or B, opinion? So if you want to show that, Keith, and that's the first paragraph.
So read. I'll put some quiet music on.
Okay, there's a real mix, Keith, isn't there? Half opinion. People say half opinion, half factual. Do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, we've got Melinda says opinion based. Rosa's back to factual. Ban not clear. Menez factual. Very, very interesting. Lubna says opinion based. So there's a complete mixture. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Help us,
So
Fiona.
what?
Help us.
Okay. So how many people's opinions can you see just in that one paragraph? So first of all, you've got that the identity of the builders was in doubt. So they've set up a question there, and they give, I don't know, how many people's opinions can you see? What's the first one?
I can see Thor
Yeah.
Heyerdahl, the Norwegian adventurer, has an opinion.
Yeah, they love him in IELTS. There's a whole listening about him.
Oh,
Yes.
really?
So that's his opinion. Who else's opinion?
There's a Swiss writer,
Yeah.
Erik Daniken.
Yeah. And what did he think? What did he think? How
He
how did they
thought
build?
he was obviously quite an eccentric and interesting person. He obviously thought extraterrestrials, which are the aliens from space, brought these here. Possible?
Well, that's what they think about the pyramids, isn't it? It's the same idea. It's just theories, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So in that first paragraph, what else have we got? So we've got Thor Heyerdahl, the Swiss author. What else is a theory, even if it's been proved to be correct?
Um, we've got well from modern science to
Yeah.
local folk stories.
Yeah, so there is some evidence, like any good academic text, you look for evidence to support your theory, like you do in the writing task too. So that when you said it's a mix of factual and opinion, yeah, that's true. But generally, this will be an opinion-based article where lots of people will give their opinion and support it with evidence.
That's
Great,
interesting. So it's opinions because we can see three or four different people with different ideas, different
exactly,
opinions. Right. That's interesting. Okay.
exactly. So then let's look at the instructions. You're going to get a summary of maybe one, maybe two paragraphs. Let's look at how we start the summary. So the first thing is, sounds obvious, but read the instructions. They can be different. You might think, oh, it's always one word. I don't have to read the instructions. But I've made that mistake many times. And my students tell me, but Fiona, it says one word. And yeah, you've always got to check those instructions. So in the summary, you'll get a space and you find one word only from the original text. And we're going to do that together today.
Okay. Makes
So let's
sense.
look at the next tip, which is always to look at the summary title. So, can you see that summary title? What does it give us to help us find that information in the long text?
Well, I can see Jared Diamond, but diamond with a capital letter. So is
Mm.
that the stone?
What do you think?
You're a good teacher. Making me think. I don't like thinking. Diamond with a capital suggests to me it's a name.
It does, especially with Jared at the start. And we already said, well, this is opinion based. So exactly, Brian says capital letter, and we're going to go to the text and look for Jared Diamond's view, opinion. Yeah, great.
Okay.
So just remember, let's look at the text or the summary next. Just a quick look at the summary, I think. Okay, so how many gaps are we going to look for today?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, just four. But you
Yes.
can see I've put in bold, it's all opinion. Diamond believes, according to Diamond, Diamond claims. This is all the academic language you need when you go to university. You research other people's views and you could see how it's real life. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And then just put the next slide so we can just look at the text. We don't have to read it. I know it's a bit small, but you could see US scientist and just two paragraphs. So don't go elsewhere.
Okay.
Start with Jared Diamond and don't go looking at anything else.
Right. So once we've identified Jared Diamond in the text, paragraph B and C, we then go back to the gap fill questions.
Exactly.
Right. Got
Exactly.
it.
Yeah. And you can see it again, it goes in a nice order. It's paragraph B, paragraph C. Nothing difficult about that. Everything will go in the same order. And that's a really big tip.
Great. Oh, move
Okay.
on.
Yeah, let's start.
Okay.
So the next tip is all about guessing what's in the gap. So when we did true, false, not given, we talked about an educated guess. So can you please read that one and think what kind of word could be in that space?
Good. Let's give them a chance to guess the word or the kind
Hmm.
of word, right?
Could be either. Yeah. What's your instinct and what kind of word? Both good strategies. Yeah. So what do
Candle says farming.
farming, cutting down trees. Yeah, why do you usually cut down trees? Well, for fuel is one reason. Why do you clear land? Candell says farming. Okay, it's a key IELTS topic. They love the topic of farming. Also, you've got for. It's a preposition, and think about the grammar. What usually comes after for? Vicky said in a noun, yes, good. And Julia, could you put Julia's back up again? Thanks, Julia. So, Julia, you've got firewood and farming. So, two things. Perfect. Now, let's look, Keith, at the actual original text and give you a couple of, well, a minute to decide.
Mm-hmm.
So, cleared the forests for two things.
Right.
One is firewood. What's the synonym for firewood in the summary?
I'm going to have a go. Fuel.
Yeah. Yeah. So you
You
can
make
cross that out. You can
right.
physically cross it out on your paper. We've got firewood and fuel. Perfect, Candel. And then there's one more thing. So what is the other thing? And I
Right,
think you
clearing
already
land
guessed
for
it.
firewood and, well, farming.
It is. It's farming, isn't it? So if you press the next slide, Keith,
Yep.
we can see how that works. You know, it's gone in perfect order: fuel, firewood, farming, farming. We could see there's something, I call it doubling. They often put two things. They often say not only for fuel, but also for, and that's the answer. So that's another tip. I call it doubling. Yeah, great.
Right, great. Good.
Okay. What would happen, Keith, if you wrote for farms there? If they
For
cleared land for
farms,
farms, would that be okay?
for fuel and clearing land for farms.
What does everybody
I
think?
think
Would it be
maybe
correct?
not.
Why not?
Oh, why not? Possibly because you have to get exactly the same word from the text.
Exactly.
Ah,
Exactly. So, in some ways, it's very easy like that. You're not looking to find a synonym for the answer. You're copying the exact word. And things to watch out for: watch you spell it correctly, of course. And when you're stressed, you can, drop the S or something. They do like choosing either plural or singular. So things we'll have a look in the next slide. So copy it exactly as it is in the text so that it fits grammatically as well. Yes, great.
nice.
Okay, lovely. So let's go and do another one together. And the next one, again, we've got two spaces. Can we together guess what might be in those spaces? When the islanders were no longer able to build something, they needed to go fishing. So, what do you need to go fishing?
A net or a
Okay.
rod.
Do you build a net?
You make a net. You don't
Make
build
a
it.
net, maybe.
Right.
Yeah. So, what do you build?
To go fishing. Oh, a boat.
Possibly a boat. Okay. Okay, we've got net there in the comments as well.
Yeah.
Lovely. Okay, so they needed maybe something, maybe net, maybe rod, maybe boat to go fishing.
Mm.
But when they couldn't do that, they used something as a food source. So when they couldn't go fishing, what else do you think they might eat?
Fruit.
Fruit. Using the island's fruit as a food source. Okay, great. Hamoud says, sorry for the other one, fishing equipment. I think that's really good, Hamoud, but always keep in mind the how many words you're allowed. Yeah, okay, great. So we're
Nutrients.
looking for number one, something to go fishing. And next one is something to eat. So could you, Keith, put the nutrients, fish, but they can't go fishing because they haven't got boats, Elna. So
Oh.
you're looking for an alternative. Yeah. Fruit,
Vegetation?
animals, coconuts, vegetation,
Wild
natural
fruits.
resources. Again, 2 words. Yeah. So we only want one word. Coconuts. Oh, nice.
Coconuts.
That would be nice.
Animals.
Okay. Lovely. Shall we have a look?
Yes, let's have a look. Ah, wooden canoes.
Do you want to put it full screen?
Yes. It's
Okay.
slightly off, isn't it? There we go.
Okay. Okay, so in the comments, please, can you write what do you think it is? What's the correct answer for 22 and for 23? And remember what we said, you have to copy it exactly as it is in the text. Lovely. I think everybody's got it, Keith.
Bird, is
Leo?
that okay? Bird?
Okay. What about bird? What's in the text?
In the text, if I just take that off. Oh, it says birds.
Yeah, now this is really important. It's a small thing, but it loses, I would say, 5 to 10 points every time.
Wow,
Maybe not 5 to
really?
10, but oh yes, the plural, definitely.
So
Yeah,
people writing the singular instead of the plural. Is that a common mistake?
absolutely. Very common, the most common, I would say.
Ooh,
I've got a list of things that you should check on your answer sheet, and top of the list is plurals, definitely. Yeah.
interesting. Great. Because we had
And
a
the
few. Bayan put it in the plural, canoes and birds. Yes. Okay.
Yes,
Good.
great. The other thing, somebody said wooden canoes for 22 because in the text it says wooden canoes. Is it okay to write wooden canoes?
I'm going to say no
Why?
because I'm a good student and I've learnt that in the instructions it says only one word.
Exactly. You have to keep checking that. That's the second point that people lose points. Yes, definitely. Plurals, too many words. Okay, great.
Great.
So there's just one more now. And the last one, let's just guess together again. Oh, I was going to ask, sorry, Keith, just synonyms. What's a synonym for construct wooden canoes?
Build.
Build, yeah. So, it's the same old thing. They're common synonyms that IELTS uses a lot. I've got a list of those on my website. I'll send it to you. Okay,
Okay.
great.
Next one.
So let's look at the last one now. Okay, so can everybody please think what goes in the space there? What kind of word? What grammatical clues might help you? Are you looking for a noun, verb, singular, plural?
Music.
Music. I was thinking music goes in the gap.
No. Do you?
Great deal of music. Although that's a good clue there, Keith.
I'm saying, do you want music?
Yes, on music, yeah. Noun, Erica says, Leo says noun, great. Facebook user says energy, and I think that's a really good point. Sorry, shall I stop? Oh.
Good. Now I can stop the music. Let's get in. I can't find the energy one, but I can see
Yeah, a few
strength.
people saying energy, effort, power, all uncountable things. Resources, Norman says as well, plurals there. But just grammatically speaking, you've got number of people. Is number is usually for countable or uncountable?
Uncountable.
Number of
Sorry. Oh,
people.
a great deal of cars. Yes. Come on, Keith. A great deal of cars, a number, a great deal of cars is countable nouns.
Would you say? I would say number of is countable. Number of people. Sorry, I think I've confused you, Keith. And a great deal of like energy, power, effort would be
Oh,
uncountable. But
it's
I can
yes.
check that. I can check it.
You're right. Yes. No, a
Would,
great deal
I
of.
said. Yeah, thinking even, those kind of abstract things. Okay, ships, Erica says. Yeah, could be plural or this uncountable. Okay, so let's have a look at the text. Last one.
Okay.
So remember, the moai are the statues. Don't worry about that. They told you that at the start. Don't worry if you
Mm.
don't know it. So they laid the statues on wooden sledges and required two things: a lot of wood and a lot of people. So remember, we said before that they often do this doubling thing. Which one can you cross out because it's already in the text?
Are you
I
asking
think
them
they've
or
all got
asking
it.
me?
Them, but I think that they've already got it, Keith. So great number
Uh,
of
the one that we can cross out is, I think, this one.
people, yeah, because that's in the text, isn't it?
Yeah.
Synonym, a lot of, great number of. Good. So the second one, also a great deal of, and the answer is wood or woods.
Ooh, wood or woods? That's a really good question. We'll have to explain the difference between wood and woods,
Go ahead.
right? So, a great deal of wood. So, wood as an uncountable noun is the material you use as a fuel. Woods as a countable noun is a forest, is a number of forests, right? A wood is a forest. So, uncountable is just wood in the
Perfect.
singular.
And what was in the text as well? Was it
Let's
woods or
go and
wood?
have a look. In the text was wood, right?
A lot of wood, and that's the answer. Again, it's this idea of a commodity. It comes up a lot in the listening test, like wood, gold, salt, sugar. It just seems to be one of their favorite gap fill words, and you can predict them quite easily, and that'll speed up your reading.
Right.
Yes,
Good.
great.
So wood. Wood
So
is the answer, right?
wood is the answer. So that's it for the practice. Let's just have a quick look at the summary of tips, Keith. That's okay.
To sum up.
So yeah, I mean, for all gap fill, you find your place quickly and don't move away from it. Stay in those two paragraphs. Use the structure, the capital letters, numbers, sometimes italics, sometimes letters. Yeah. So that's true for all reading. Just find your place first. And then always read the instructions, check how many words, and then look around the gap. What clues does it give you? Like for farming gives us the ing, or a great deal of is usually uncountable. Good. Guesses, you all guessed today, really. Farming, boats, fishes, fishing. Yeah. And always, always, that's the most common mistake. Singular plurals and how many words. Yeah. I think that's the last one, Keith.
Ah,
And it's true for all gap fill types, not just summary completion. Yeah. And for listening.
fantastic. That's great. I think that's really useful. I mean, as I've not done reading, IELTS reading for a long time, that's a very useful insight to remind me about the key things to look out for. I mean, Checking the words, I thought it was one, but as you said, sometimes
Yeah.
it may be one or two.
Yeah.
And I like the idea of looking around the gap, right? The grammatical
Yeah.
clues that'll help you
Exactly.
what kind of a word it's going to be. Yeah, that's nice. I like that very, very much. Excellent. Good. Brilliant. So that is some really, really nice ideas on how to do that summary completion exercise for your IELTS reading. So now all of you are experts not only in true, false, not given, but also summary completion.
Definitely.
Definitely, and there's much more. There's much more to do, and I'm sure that Fiona and I will get together and do another session to look at other areas. What we would like to give you today, in addition, is to talk about how you can access more resources, and in particular, a brand new course that Fiona has, which is about IELTS reading. Right. So, I mean, today we've been looking at gap fill summary. We'd like to introduce this course to you, which we think will be very valuable for a lot of students who are struggling in the IELTS reading. Maybe they're stuck at a band 6 and they just can't move up. Sometimes it's reading skills. I think, Fiona, often it's strategy, right? It's just
Yeah.
test strategy.
Yeah, definitely. And familiarity with those type of texts and how they work. They're always structured in the same way because they have to be. They have to be fair. Every test has to be the same level of difficulty. Yeah.
Right. Fantastic. So we're going to have a look. I just noticed. Thank you for some of these great comments. That Pranya says brilliant clues. Thank you. Great. Erica says great. I've been struggling with IELTS. It's very helpful. That's nice, right?
Nice.
Joe Burt the Great. Joe Burt the Great. Love it. I'm poor in reading. It's just practice, though. The more practice you do, Joe Burt, the better you'll get at it, and keep practicing as well. Rosemary asks about what about matching. Very good point. Well, we're going to show you right next. We're going to show you the course, and in the course you can find activities around matching. Let me move us forward. So we've been looking at this. So some of you may recognize or know Fiona from her website or from other areas, maybe from here on the live session. But just to give you a bit of background on who is Fiona, right? I mean, Fiona is an IELTS trainer, similar to myself. She's also, as a full-time job, a university teacher. Fiona, which university do you teach in?
It's in Colchester's Essex University. It's quite near to London.
Essex University. Fantastic. And what do you teach?
Academic skills. Yeah, teaching, helping students write essays and do their research and everything that you find in IELTS.
Fantastic. And you've been doing this for quite a few years.
Yes. Yeah, 30 years. Yeah, I started at 20. I'm 50 now, so I haven't ever done anything else.
Oh, you're still a spring chicken, believe me.
Yeah.
So you've got your master's in TEFL, which was interesting.
Mhm.
I say it's interesting because when I did my master's, I was wondering whether to do TEFL or to do
Mm,
digital education, and I opted for the more digital technical
yeah.
side, digital education. But MA in TEFL is great. And then we were talking about this earlier, and this was really interesting. So you entered a competition with Cambridge Assessment. That's a branch of, well, it's a branch of the Cambridge ESSL and the Cambridge University, I think, and they had
Yes.
a research award. Tell us a little bit about that. You were the winner. You won their research award.
Yes, that was really interesting because I'd been experimenting in class about how to give writing feedback and what was effective and what was not effective. So they helped me to set up a kind of experiment about what would work best for students, and they kind of followed me over about a year, and they helped me use proper academic techniques to analyze the results and to draw conclusions. And they said it was probably the most useful one for most students, that we kind of discovered a few things that we hadn't realized before about correction. So it was nice. Yeah.
Fantastic. Great. That's really, really nice. So that's a bit of background about Fiona, right? And I've known Fiona for maybe a couple of years now through our online collaboration, which is one of the reasons we talked about putting the reading course on the Keith Speaking Academy. I've obviously I do my course, which is around speaking, but I've noticed students asking for support on reading and on writing. So I've collaborated with Eli, another teacher for IELTS writing, and I thought this would be a great opportunity to give extra value to students and help them with their reading, to collaborate with Fiona and take part of her work. I mean, Fiona works on all skills for IELTS. She has an academy that helps students with all skills. But to take this new course, a reading course, and put it on the Keith Academy. So we thought now would be a good time to do that. And that's where we are at the moment. So that's Fiona. The course we've got, who is the course for? It's for academic students. So it's an IELTS academic reading course, right? Just to be clear. Students, if you're a band 5, this course will give you, all the strategies you need to move up to the band 6. But equally, as we discussed earlier, Fiona, even if you're a band 6, to move into a band 7 or to move up to a band 8, it's about reading skills and strategy, but the course is going to give you all the strategies you need to help move up, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. People get stuck on reading at 6.5. And they're just approaching it in the wrong way. So the aim of my course is always to kind of change the way you approach reading. And that takes a bit of time, but it works.
In your course, there is a part about the mindset of reading and thinking about reading in a different way. And I love that. I thought that was so powerful because often it's a large forgotten part of learning is the mindset, the way we're thinking about it. Some people think, I hate reading. I'm not good at reading. I just don't do it. And that mindset is actually stopping your learning.
That's it.
And it's so important to change that. And I love the video you have about mindset in the course that helps people focus on the right things.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's nice. Very, very nice. So that's who this course is for. The methodology. So we've discussed this together about how you are learning on the course. Basically, it's a self-access course. So you go in and you watch the videos that are there. You can study at your own pace. So there are no classes. There's no fixed time. Whenever you're free, you go in, you watch the videos. You then learn. Fiona kind of guides you through reading the text, and then you do the exercises. And so she's giving you the strategy, and then you practice. And you're putting it into practice through reading and doing the exercises.
Yeah, and it's not just me talking. It's a bit like what we've done today. So the video kind of pauses, or you pause the video. I'll give you questions, and the text is on the screen, and you're constantly testing yourself, and you're constantly questioning why you chose this, why you chose that. Yeah,
I love it. It feels a bit like you are the guide, almost the teacher in the classroom as they're reading, and you're telling them, no, look out for this, look out for that. You're guiding them step by step.
yeah. And things people just don't notice. Like lots of the comments about true, false, not given on Wednesday said, I never thought about that before. I never realized. Yeah. And it
So
will really simplify. Yeah.
You're opening people's eyes. Yeah. Nice. So that's the methodology behind the course. What's in the course? So this is the IELTS Reading academic course. In the course, once you're inside, there are video guides. There's the explanation of the task types, strategies for all parts of the reading test, PDFs you can download. What I love as well is Fiona has actually made MP3s that you can download and listen to on the go. So even if you're not on the internet, you can still be studying and listening on your own. That's nice because I think a lot of people do like to listen as well as watch, but also have that flexibility to move around, right?
Yeah.
And then there are frequently asked questions about the reading test, and you provide that. And then automatic access to future updates. Explain that.
I'm always making new lessons. So I do lots of podcasts about reading, and I just think, oh, I have to make a lesson out of this. Lessons take quite a while to make, don't they, Keith, as you know?
Yeah.
But every time I see a reading, I try to make a video lesson from it. So I can't guarantee how many there will be, but I will add them, especially for the part 3, I think, which is the difficult part. Yeah.
Right. Excellent. Good. I'm just going to go. There's a quick question that came up that I thought was an interesting one, and it'd be good to see what you think. I think it's Biela says, does this strategy help in IELTS general reading?
That's really interesting because yes, it's reading skills, and I don't often separate them. I don't say, well, this okay, the texts are different, but not always. So general reading often, well, has texts which are the same as academic part 1. So the idea of strategy and looking for different types of texts and factual texts, that's all in general training as well. So yeah, it's all about mindset and approach. But in this course, it doesn't use general training texts.
Right.
But that's our next plan, isn't it, Keith? I think.
Exactly. Yes. There's so much to be done. Right. Great. Samari says, I'm stuck at 6.5, though my language level is very advanced. Is that a common thing you see, Fiona?
That's so common. And then when I sit down and watch my students and I see what they're doing with the reading, I can see immediately why they're not getting higher in reading. Even though they've got good language, it's just how you approach the text. And I don't know if that's true for you, Samira. I don't know, but I could probably fix it.
Fantastic. I'm going to carry on. I've got another quick question from Ashish, which might be for me, actually. He says, does the website contain free items for non-paid users? So the website, if we're talking about the Keith Speaking Academy, then the answer is yes, there's lots of free materials for students about the speaking test and lots of resources for preparing for speaking. In addition, there is a paid part. And the paid part has courses for speaking you can pay for. There's a course for writing you can pay for. And now there's the course for reading, which you can pay for as well. What I like to do in addition, as like today with Fiona, is to do live lessons, which are free, which are on YouTube, to have videos that people can access. And, you know, not everybody has access to the financial situation to get good quality education, and I think it's great to have that balance to offer things for free as well as having the paid resources as well. Okay, great. We're going to look at some more questions in a moment, but talking of money, so here's the price, right? Straight to it. The price of the course for the IELTS Reading, IELTS Academic Reading Success is the name of the course. It's $32. But we have decided to do an offer or a discount for 3 days, and that's to give 35% off, which is a discount, well, a third, right? If I can do my maths correctly. So this is very simple. All you need to do is, if you're going to buy the course, is you need to use the coupon code READ35. That's READ in capital letters. 35, and this coupon will be functional, will work until Sunday 12th of June at midnight Spain time, because I live in Spain, and then it goes back to its original price. Okay, so that's the deal that we're offering. I'm going to show you and tell you how you can access it. I can see Burns and Upsara, who are my moderators helping, have sent some links to the course, so you can see it now. Great, Burns, thank you. She said you can check the reading course here. There's a link. And I think also Upsara in YouTube has shared the link with people as well. Great. Okay. Samir, you have your test tomorrow. Everybody, good luck to Samir.
Good luck, Samir.
Good luck, Samir. We're thinking of you. Okay, lovely. So that's what we've got. Okay. Fiona's IELTS reading course. I'm just going to add here to make it clear. Academic, although a lot of the skills are the same for general. 35% discount. There's the code, an offer that ends on the 12th of June. So how do you enroll? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you on my computer now, actually just how you can go in. If you go to the website, it's the Keith Speaking Academy, right? This is where the course is. If you go to www.Keith Speaking Academy, let me show you now actually how to go in, how to enroll, and how to do it. Okay, let me show you this and how to enroll for the course. If you go to the Keith Speaking Academy, go to the home page, you'll see online courses button in the top. Just press that to see all the courses from the Keith Speaking Academy. You'll see Fiona's course there. You can click on that and it'll take you to more information about the course. You can find out about Fiona, what students say, even see the whole curriculum, right? And then come down, check the price. Okay, buy now. And then that takes you to the payment page. Now, the most important thing is add your coupon code, READ, capital letters, 35, apply, and you'll see straight away 35% off. You then go in, fill in your, you'll need your email address, okay, for example, right? Put in your name, and if you want to get more tips and ideas from me and from Fiona, just agree to promotional emails. Actually, it's just giving you lots more information and resources. You can pay with either PayPal or with a credit card, enter your name, information, then just go straight down, boom, and you will buy. And that then will take you over straight into the course curriculum. And here you can start studying straight away. You'll get straight into the first course, into the first bit of information, and you're in. And that's it, basically. Great. And then your IELTS reading goes up a whole new level and you solve the problem of being stuck wherever you are. And I'm sure it's going to really, really help you to move up. Great. So we've been through today, we've been looking at different aspects of IELTS reading. We've shown you the course. This is Fiona's course on the Keith Speaking Academy. You may have some questions, and Fiona and I are going to be here for a while and just asking if there are any questions. I've seen a few people. Marushi says she's got her test tomorrow as well. Excellent. Good. Great. Facebook user, I just bought the course. Thanks, my teachers. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's great to see. That's wonderful. Samir, thanks for your comment as well. You're with me practicing the speaking as well. Thank you so much. Great. So a few questions. Joe Burt, you've asked, is that a month only? No is the answer. You make one payment and then you get access forever. I mean, for as long as you need to access the course. So next year it's still here. In 2 or 3 years' time, you can still access the course. So it's one payment to get continued access. Okay. Samira, in case I purchased Fiona's course, will I be receiving a speaking course discount? You're on a shopping spree, Samira. It's a great question. To be honest, at the moment, the simple answer is probably no, because we're giving a discount on the reading course already, 35%. The speaking courses are separate. Yeah, they're going to be separate. But, you know, you've still got a great discount there. Okay. Here's a question, I think, for Fiona. How long does it take to finish the course?
That's a good question. There are about 22 lessons, I think. And I've made the actual video quite short because I don't like long videos. I keep them really short. So it just depends on you. I mean, could you do 20 lessons in a day? Possibly. Probably not so good for you. So I would probably do like 1 or 2 lessons every day, and then do the whole text as well, and reflect and think about it. It depends really on your level. You can do it quickly if you've got plenty of time, or you can spread it out.
Mhm.
It's up to
Great,
you. Yeah.
great. I guess that one of the important things to notice is because it's not fixed classes at a fixed time over a fixed period of time. It's not that. It's self-access. Go
Yeah.
in when you want. Take the time you need.
Yeah.
I mean, some of my courses, which are similar, some students do it in 3 or 4 weeks. Other students are still there after a year. And that's fine. What they're doing is they've been through the course and they're reviewing and reviewing,
Yeah.
because that
Exactly.
review and recycling of language is so important. And that's the great thing about self access. You get that
Yeah.
access all the time. Okay, excellent. Now, as Burns says, the coupon code, right, when you go to buy is read35. So Drame was asking, what is the coupon? So this is often when you buy an online product, in this case, an online course, it's a discount. Basically, it's a code that when you put in, so when you go to the payment, it says apply code. If you have that code, you get the discount. So for the next 3 days, make sure you are using the code, right? So we've got this for the next 3 days until the 12th of June. The code is read35. And just to add, I mean, to make this clear as well, if you're not sure, there is a guarantee, right? It's a 30-day money back guarantee, which I offer on all the courses on the Keith Speaking Academy. Fiona and I are sure you're going to love this course, right? But in case it's not for you, you feel, oh, it's not what I expected, you can let us know. We will refund the money, no questions asked, instantly within 30 days. If you have questions about that, you can contact us or me at the team, team at keithspeakingacademy.com. Okay. Great. We've got a few more questions coming up. Just let me switch back. Fash, can somebody else pay for you? The simple answer is yes, right? Now, I understand that there are some countries that have restrictions on payment. For example, unfortunately, students in Iran are unable to pay in some international platforms like mine, Teachable. But you can, if you have another person in another city or another country, they can pay for you with their card. What they need to do is to use your email address when they register and make a note of the password. Because when you register, you create your password. And then they just give you, say, this was your email address, this is the password you need, now you enter the course. But anybody can pay, that's fine. Okay.
Keith, there's a
Yes.
question from Loles Castano. Says, I have a B2 level. Will I take advantage of the course? Yeah, again, Loles, I mean, have you taken the test before? What kind of score are you getting? IELTS gets really difficult in part 3. So it starts off quite simple, but you can see how people lose points even with those little things like plurals. And then part 3 is designed for higher level students. So I would certainly recommend it for B2 level. Yes, I would.
Right. Great answer. There's a related question from Anna about the Certificate of Advanced English, the Cambridge one, which is.
Probably, I think the texts would be very different in CAE. I haven't taught CAE for years now.
Mm,
So I probably would say no, Anna, because it's very focused on the IELTS test strategies, just because I know it so well. And I don't know CAE anymore. Do you, Keith?
Well, not in detail. I think the text
No.
types, some are quite different from IELTS.
Yeah.
CAE is about C1 level, right? So
Yeah.
to some extent, some of the skills are the same, but I think I would agree with you. I think if you're looking at CAE, go for a CAE specific course.
Yeah.
I would agree with you. Yeah,
Definitely. Yeah.
great question. Chan Dao says, "Will it be updated for free in the future?"
Yes, we just chatted about that, Chan. Yes, we're hoping to keep adding materials to it.
Yeah, like I do with the speaking course as well. Yes. Great question. Aladdin says, "Is there any tips to know our initial reading level before commencing the course?"
That's a great question.
Mm.
Yeah, just do a practice test. There's loads of free practice tests, and do it in the timed. You're allowed 60 minutes, and in that time, you have to do 3 texts and write your answers on the answer sheet, all in 60 minutes. So if you just get Google free IELTS test, go on the official website if you want to, and find out what score you get. On my website, I've actually got a calculator, and you just put your score in, whatever you got, 32 out of 40, and it tells you immediately you're band 6 or 7. Yeah, so I would definitely do that.
Great. Good answer. Ram Badur is asking, how much does it cost for the reading? Okay, good question. Well, I'll come back to this one, Ram. Basically, for the reading course, normally it costs 32 USD, but if you use the code READ35, you get a 35% discount, which means it will cost you around $21, more or less, right? Okay. Good. Other questions? Let me switch us back. Mary, that's such a lovely comment. Nice to see these great comments. Best of luck to those taking the exam soon. Lovely. Samira, I love this comment. I like how calm and relaxed you both are. Thank you so much.
We weren't yesterday when it was 1 minute to go and we couldn't get the slides to work.
Exactly. Yeah. How to apply or buy the course. So go to the Keith Speaking Academy. That's the website that I mentioned earlier. It's my website. Plug. Plug means to promote, by the way. Keith Speaking Academy, and look at the online courses button right at the top. It's kind of the big pink button. Go there and just follow the link, and it'll show you where to buy the course. Great. Sunflower, definitely not regret the course. Great. Good. Esney, who I know very well, good question. During the course, do you plan to have personal evaluation or online meeting with your students? Fiona.
Not during the course, so we're keeping that self-access, Keith, aren't we? But I'm sure we'll do some more live sessions.
Yeah, exactly. We'll have some more live sessions. Not sure of the details, but I'm sure we will do 1 or 2 more in the future to help with that. Great. Layla says, I'm so sure of all your lessons are very useful and interesting, which help us to develop skills so they are so valuable to buy. Thank you so much. Great. Mary as well, thank you for your comments. That's lovely. Little Jewel says, what is the one top strategy you would give to I think you mean improve. I think improve reading.
I saw that, Keith, in the comments, and I was hoping you'd put that one up. Okay. So top strategy is become a reader. Read more.
Whoa. Say that again.
Okay. Become a reader. Read more. We're not used to reading this kind of text in everyday life. How often do you read about the statues or the pyramids? Maybe you do. And if you do, that's great. But it's people who read a lot who do really well in the test. And sounds obvious, but become a reader. Yeah. Read in your free time, any time you get.
That is great. It sounds obvious, but I love that because that's about mindset and it's about identity as well.
Mm.
That I am a reader. It's almost like it's a job, right? I am a reader. I read. I enjoy reading.
I
I
like
read.
that. Yes, that's good.
I do a similar thing, if you like, with speaking. I've come to realize that so many students with the wrong mindset, they are thinking like, I'm bored, I'm a
Yeah.
frustrated student, my English is poor. And I notice the big change is when students start to think, I'm not a student, I'm a speaker. I'm an English speaker. Now,
Yes.
you can be at a low level or medium or high, but you're still a speaker, right? When I was learning Spanish and I had basic Spanish after a few months, I was thinking, I'm a speaker. I can go to the shops, I can buy things, I'm a speaker, rather than a student, because you kind of put yourself down as a student. So I love that idea of I'm a reader. That's great. I should have
Yeah.
T-shirts making, Fiona. I have a T-shirt, I'm a
Yes,
reader.
let's do that. I think that book, Atomic Habits, a lot of students recommended
Mm-mm-mm.
it to me. And I think that's the whole philosophy behind that, is that if you don't like doing exercise, you tell yourself, I am a person who does exercise. And the psychology behind that makes you go out and do exercise.
Yeah, yeah. Nice. Got another question here from Next Cherub. Will you show us pre-recorded videos? And I
So,
think
so
you
all
meaning,
of
yeah, yeah,
oh yeah, all of the videos are pre-recorded. Yeah. So you
exactly.
can pause them, take your time. There's options there. So some people might want to test themselves before they watch the video, or some people are new and they just want to progress through each video, but they're all pre-recorded.
Great. Good answer. Jeremy says, am I too late? I'm a new student from Myanmar. You're a little bit late, Jeremy. Yes, we're getting towards the end of the session, but don't worry because on YouTube and Facebook, you can go back and watch again. Are you too late to buy the course? No, you're never too late to buy the course because remember, we've got this great discount 35% off Fiona's academic reading course. So it will only cost you $21. Use the code READ35, capital letters, READ 35. And you're in time because that offer continues until Sunday night at midnight. So you are still in time, my friend.
Keith,
Great.
Jane has got a good question. If I buy Fiona's reading course, is it the same as her course in the Members Academy? That's a good question, Jane. So
Good.
no, it's a completely new course. So there is a 28-day reading course in my academy, and Keith has been very kind and he's allowed me to put the Keith course in my academy, but they're completely different. The new one, Keith's course, is based on the most recent books, 15, book 16 exclusively, whereas the one in my academy, it just goes back a bit further, books 9, 10, 11, 12, and it's a bit more detailed, but they're completely different. But the strategies are always the same. Yeah.
Right. Great. Good answer. I can't see the question, but great. There's a question here from Jamshid. What are the resources for the course? Should we buy additional books?
No, you don't need to buy anything. No. So all of the texts are actually in the video. So actually, you could just watch the videos and you'd have enough. But if you wanted to print off the PDFs, they are there for you as well. So you don't need to buy anything.
Can he download the PDFs?
Yes, yes. And the audios, yes.
Great. Okay, lovely. Good. Anil says, does the Keith belong to Fiona? Does the course does the course belong to Fiona or Keith? Who prepared the contents? The answer is Fiona.
It's all mine. So if you're looking forward to Keith's reading course, I'm afraid it's me.
If you want a Keith reading course, it doesn't exist. This is as close as you'll get, is the live lessons with Fiona. But the course is Fiona's. It's her videos. Absolutely. Yes. Sarada, my exam is on the 25th of June and I still have problems with list of headings. I don't know why I'm stuck. Any tips?
Yeah, I've got loads of tips about heading, Sarada, but it's just so difficult to give them when you're not looking at the text like this now. I think maybe the easiest thing is if you go to my website and just put match headings in the search, I've got all of my tips there, and that's free. So, like Keith, I've got a completely free website as well. So you could go there and do some of the practice exercises there, and they've got tips as well.
Brilliant. Good. Fadina says, I'm a reader. Nice. Right. What else have we got? Saika asks about the exam, actually. The computer-based reading, is that more difficult than the paper-based one?
Exactly the same texts because they have to be. Again, IELTS has to be fair. There's no easier or difficult, but some people just out of preference prefer to use paper-based test because they can write on it and cross things out. That's what I would prefer. But a lot of my students say they love the computer test because it's easier to see everything on one page and you don't need to go back and forth like with the paper test. And you can actually highlight and make notes on the computer test. So it's personal preference, I think, but they're exactly the same in terms of difficulty.
Good answer. Tu says, just want to stop by, say thank you. Both amazing teachers. Thank you so much, Tu, for sharing.
Thank you.
That's great. Fiona, do you have any writing course right now with a discount? Well,
not with a discount at the moment. I do have a writing course, but I'm making a few changes to it. So I think maybe in a couple of weeks, possibly, I'll possibly launch it again, maybe.
there is a writing course on the Key Speaking Academy if you want to check it out as well, by Eli. Warlords Arena, great name. How long will I need to complete this new course if I give 1 hour every day? Ooh, difficult question, Fiona.
Yeah, again, it depends how easy or difficult you find it. Depends what your level is now. You might be a complete beginner and want to spend 1 week on the first couple of lessons, making sure you're familiar with how it works. It just depends. I guess if you did an hour a day, you could finish it in about a month, I guess. But it's how long is a piece of string? Everybody's different.
Exactly.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Keith.
what about this question from Tenjit? Does this course include all we need in the reading section?
That's a really good question as well, because I designed it, like all of my courses, to cover everything you need. So what does that mean? Well, there are about 12 different question types, and I cover all of those question types. There are 3 passages, so you get experience with 2 or 3 texts from part 1, part 2, part 3, and all of my tips and tricks are in that. But again, for reading, if you're going to be a reader, there's always more you can do in terms of practice. I think that you can never do enough reading. No course can be a complete course in that sense, but it does cover all the question types, all the different passages, all the tips and strategies. Yeah.
Right. It's a great answer. I mean, as far as strategies go, yes, it's all there. But of course, reading is a lifelong skill, right?
Yeah.
We develop. The more you read, the better you get. I noticed there's a few people asking about how do I enroll then. Again, I've just noticed, thanks Burns Apsara for sharing the link. I am just going to show you very, very briefly, again, that if you do go to the Keith Speaking Academy, so that's www.keithspeakingacademy.com, in the top corner there, you'll see that little pink sign that says online courses. That's the button to press. And when you press there, then it does take you over to the courses that we've got in the Key Speaking Academy. You can see there's different courses there. There's the speaking course, the reading course, and then when you click on Fiona's reading course, it takes you and it gives you more information about the course. You can just press buy now, or if you want to read more about Fiona, then you can just go there, find out about the course. If you're not sure, then look, the curriculum, everything you get is in here. So you can have a look at that. And then you just go and press on the buy button, and that will then take you to the page where you need to fill in and buy the course. Okay. So that's it. That's just to give you the way to go forward. And do remember with the course, if you're unsure about it, there is it's risk free, right? There's a money back guarantee. So just to reiterate, 30-day money back guarantee in case you discover, oh, it's not what I expected, or in case you thought, oh, I thought it was a live class. There's no live classes in the course. But if you're not happy with it, we will give you the money back. No questions asked within 30 days. Absolutely fine. So it's risk free and it's great. I love the course. Lovely. Good. I've noticed some interesting engravings on the back of your hand, Fiona, as you're speaking.
I went to Dubai last week and I had the beautiful henna.
Yeah.
Yes, it's fading now.
Right. It looks great. It looks nice. Great. Any other questions coming up? Lovely. I think this may be the last question. We've got Ardashir says, if I just take off our names, is it possible for me to review different parts of the course for several times or not?
Yeah, it's totally full access. Once you join, you can do whatever you want to do with that course. So you can have it for as long as you want, and you can go back and review it as much as you want. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, great, brilliant. Zainab, I just saw your comment. There's a problem on the website. It's 30%, not 35%. What may be happening there is that there are some countries where you pay VAT tax. For example, in Spain, it's 21%, right? You pay an extra VAT tax. Yeah. Welcome to Europe. Welcome to Spain. So that may be what's influencing that you've got the discount, but there may be a slight tax payment depending on everybody's country, right? Okay. Great. Lovely. I think that's about it. Any other questions you can see? Have I missed any there?
I can't see anything unless somebody wants to. We missed one of your questions and you want to put it up again.
And the guys, we've got the links have gone in. Burns and Upsara have sent out all the links out there for you to get. Do remember that if you do have any questions, that you're not sure about, do get in touch at the team at keithspeakingacademy.com. Get in touch with me or Burns, and we can also pass questions to Fiona if they're about the course content. But anything you're unsure about, just email us, let us know, and we'll take care of all the questions, right? As I said, Fiona and myself are thinking about another live lesson. We're not quite sure when yet. As you probably know, I'm doing live lessons once a month, the first Thursday of the month. And that's when I do the speaking live lessons. Now and again, we do extra live lessons for different things, like for the reading here, which is an extra bonus to help students. But, go and check out on English Speaking Success all the different videos that are there if you're interested in speaking. Today we've focused on writing and hoping to give you some really valuable tips to help you improve your reading. Did I say writing? Reading, to improve your reading skills and to introduce you to Fiona's new reading course. I think we're probably going to wrap up here for today. It seems like a good time. Fiona, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been really, really interesting. It's been great. Thank you.
And thanks to you, Keith, and to everybody taking part and answering. It really makes it more interesting, doesn't it?
It does indeed. Yeah. I mean, thank you, so much for taking the time and for all you guys coming in to watch us. It's been great. We hope it can be useful. Tendi just said, I just bought the course. Great.
Oh, thank you.
Great. Lovely to see that. So thank you, all of you. And we will see you again sometime soon. If you're taking the exam, good luck. Brilliant. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.
Bye bye.